and security agencies have said the UK's ability to protect itself could be undermined by a decision to leave the European Union. Sir John Sawers, who stepped down as the head of MI6 in 2014, and Lord Evans, who led MI5 until 3 years ago, say a British exit could damage intelligence sharing. Matthew Price reports.
Writing in the Sunday Times, the former heads of MI5 and MI6 say counter-terrorism is a team game, that the EU is the best framework. Modern intelligence work, they add, relies on gathering large amounts of data on terrorists and cyber attackers. They fear an agreement on data sharing reached without the UK would probably be too restrictive. Their opinions follow those of another former intelligence chief, Sir Richard Dearlove, who led MI6. He argued the cost to Britain's security if we leave the EU would be low. He believes there would be important gains, such as greater control on who can come into the country.
Officials in Canada are warning that a wildfire in Alberta is getting even bigger and could spread to the neighbouring province of Saskatchewan. Dry and windy conditions are making the blaze difficult to contain. More than 80,000 people have left the city of Fort McMurray, where hundreds of homes have been destroyed. The new mayor of London, Sadiq Khan, has warned that his party can win elections only if it reaches beyond its own activists. He said Labour had to focus on the issues that voters cared about, rather than internal squabbles. Here's our political correspondent, Eleanor Garnier.
Sadiq Khan has offered what he thinks are helpful lessons on winning. While he celebrated, his party faced an historic defeat in last week's Scottish elections. And across England, despite avoiding disaster, Labour failed to make progress in the local elections. Writing in The Observer, Mr Khan says his party must appeal to everyone. Natural Labour voters alone, he says, will never be enough to win a general election. The new mayor of London's remarks will be seen as a message to the Labour leader, but they are also a warning to Mr Corbyn's critics.
3 Spanish journalists who were kidnapped in Syria last year have been freed. They disappeared in July while they were working in Aleppo. No details of their release have been given, but the Spanish government said Turkey, Qatar and other countries had played a role. 2/3 of big UK businesses have been hit by a cyber attack in the past year, according to government research. It found most of the attacks involved viruses, spyware or malware. A quarter of large firms affected said it was happening at least once a month. 7 people have now been arrested by police investigating the fatal shooting of a man at a caravan park in Somerset. John Broadway was detained in Lichfield in Staffordshire on suspicion of murder, attempted murder and firearms offences, following the killing of 50-year-old Wilfred Isaacs. 2 women have been held on suspicion of assisting an offender. Prince Harry has criticised what he's described as incessant intrusions into his private life. He made his comments in a BBC interview to mark the opening in Florida tonight of the Invictus Games for injured service personnel and veterans, which he launched 2 years ago. Prince Harry said the line between his public and private life had become almost non-existent.
Everyone has a right to their privacy, and you know a lot of the members of the public get it. But sadly, in some areas, there is this sort of incessant need to find out every little bit of detail about what goes on behind the scenes. It's unnecessary.
Amir Khan has failed in his bid to win a world middleweight title. The Bolton fighter was knocked out in the 6th round by the WBC champion Saul Canelo Alvarez from Mexico. The BBC's Mike Costello described the final moments of the contest in Las Vegas.
Overhand right from Saul Canelo Alvarez. Khan is on the canvas. He will not be getting up. He took one chance too many. Canelo timed it to perfection. Amir Khan is beaten in the final minute of the 6th round. It was such a confident performance until then.
The historical drama Wolf Hall leads the way at tonight's TV BAFTAs with 4 nominations. Mark Rylance, who won an Oscar this year, is among those on the shortlist for Best Actor for his role as Thomas Cromwell. He's up against Idris Elba for Luther, and there could be a first ever BAFTA for the singer Adele.
We play the best tunes, all the right songs, right around town, round round town. We play the best tunes, all the right songs, right on Round Sound Radio. All your classics, touching the new, unsigned original music. Add a little humour, add a little madness. Welcome to Round Sound Radio. Right, guys, don't forget we have an interview coming up very shortly with Naomi Campbell, catching up with what she's up to on the Liverpool music scene, getting to know a little bit about her background, etc, etc. And also we still have this week's new entries from Polaris in Terabang, Red Winter, Derek King, Dusky Gray and Steve Thompson. That's all in the post, guys, and loads of other belting music as well. Right now, though, at this point in time, I'm still playing you a few tunes. I'm going to give you a tune by the Cribs next. This is called Men's Needs. Bit sexist. Good tune, though.
From New York and London, I'll level accusations like the press till you realise that you've dressed yourself in time. Because the man's needs a final creed, a final creed. A man's needs a war stormy. A man's needs a final creed, a final creed of man's needs. I'm not bothered what you say or how you dress. I'm a mess, so you've always seen in balance. But really, this all seems quite meaningless when I remember that you never seem to see the fact that man's needs a final creed, a final creed. A man's needs a war stormy. A girl's needs just don't agree with a man's needs. Have you noticed? I've never been impressed by your friends from New York and London. But really, this all seems quite meaningless when I remember that you never seem to see this. Just a man's needs a final creed, a final creed. A man's needs a war stormy. You say a man's needs apply to me. I don't agree. A man's needs,
Any song requests, guys, you have anything you want to listen to, do send us an inbox and I will do my utmost to get them on for you. I've got a hard drive there, absolutely shitloads of music. Used to do DJing professionally, the right word to use? No, I used to do DJing for loads of fucking piss wankers in a pub. That's more like it. This is the Charltons, the only one I know.
The only one I see.
Do you get a sausage roll with it? A sausage roll with it? A sausage roll, sausage roll, sausage roll with it? It's a sausage roll. It's a sausage roll. It's a sausage roll. It's a sausage roll. I thought maybe I wanted the cheese and onion pasty, and I don't know why I got a sausage roll.
Oasis, proud sponsors of Greg's the Bakers. For a limited time, order Morning Glory and get a free cheese and onion pasty. And yes, you get a fucking roll with it.
Tell you what, it's nice to be able to see a bit of sunshine now, isn't it? I'm one of these guys, I just cannot stand being cold. I lived in Magaluf for 6 months. I worked over there, done a bit of cooking, and since I come back to the UK, mate, I just cannot be cold. I just love this so much, the heat over there. So, come September, mate, I'm like that, fucking turn the heating up. Terrible stuff, kids. This is Vader. Temper Trap. Have a go with this. Tunage.